I can then accelerate to get that ball. This is an area where you will find yourself, you either can't reach the green. Well done, you've done the hard part, and then more importantly, knock it in. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of our Get Into Golf programme. We are now on to the iron shot. We've covered shorter approaches, we've covered chip shots, we've covered putts. Now we're going to go for that full swing. Okay, we're going to extend the swing a little bit further back, but we also need to understand how to adapt with different clubs. Okay, so episode 3 we talked about the distance away, that doesn't change, but we also have to understand we have different lengths, we have different lofts and different distances. That is going to require us to stand with the ball positioned between our feet slightly different as we go through the bag. So if we were to start off with our 9-iron, we can go through part 1, okay, part 2, and to make sure it's sitting on our laces, and part 3 we now have the new grip. Now you can see clearly that the ball position is very much in the centre of my stance. Now if I go to a longer club, for example in my 7, it's going to take longer to come back to straight. Same with the driver, it's going to take longer again to come back to straight. So my ball position will naturally move further forward. So with the 9-iron and the pitching wedge, we can have that in the middle of our stance. And from here we can gradually widen that right foot. As we go up the clubs, you can see that naturally moves the ball a little bit further forward. So the same way we did with the putt, we can adapt slightly differently, but we can make sure that as we increase the club, that ball position starts to work further forward. So with the 9-iron, we're going to strike down, same with the short approach, and we can create that downward angle. You can see the divot that I've made as a result. I'll change to my 7-iron. As you can see, that right foot's got a little bit wider. Notice how the ball position's a little bit further forward. And naturally, you can see how shallow my divot is in comparison. I'm still striking the ball first, and as you can see, the club's still working through, so I still need to make sure I'm downward with my contact, but I'm adapting my setup around the club. Okay, most iron sets, you'll start with sand iron or pitching wedge, something like that, and you'll see the length on it is very short in relation to your longer iron. Maybe a 6 or a 5 will be the longest iron in your bag. So let's make sure that when we are taking our setup with it, we have our 3 parts as normal. But with regards to our ball position, we can start off with a pitch and wedge in the 9, shoulder width apart, and then just get that right foot working that a little bit wider as we work up for power, for balance, and also you can see the width that I create in my swing rather than the shorter one is very upwards and down, hence the bigger divot. Don't forget to hit down the ball, that's what will pop it in the air and you'll hit solid iron shots.